On today's TMJ4, city leaders have long complained they're losing convention business because Milwaukee's convention center is not large enough. A recent report presented to the Wisconsin Center District suggests that's only part of the problem, but it is one officials are already planning to address, and perhaps sooner than many thought. It's a noisy construction site on the $500 million Bucks Arena. Just blocks away, they're quietly talking about the next big project.
Operating expenses, $8,592,000.
The Wisconsin Center District will own the new arena, but officials of the publicly funded entity are already thinking about expanding the convention center. In fact, they've been thinking about it for years.
It's supposed to give us a little bit bigger convention center space, more meeting rooms, and then the big thing is tying it into the Panther Arena and Milwaukee Theater.
The long-term plan for the convention center expansion has always been to build right to the edge of Kilburn Avenue. Let me show you from up here in Chopper 4. I'll switch to my other camera. What they want to do is build over this parking lot and then connect directly with the arena and theater, most likely with a skywalk. A massive study just presented to the board confirmed some conventions are skipping Milwaukee because the Wisconsin Center is too small.
The space here not being adequate for groups was the #1 reason for lost business.
But certainly not the only reason. Airport, hotels, public transportation, part of a list of shortcomings beyond the building that drive away convention business.
You know, weather is one, the perception of Milwaukee. But you know what, I'll tell you this. Paul Upchurch.
Can you change that though?
Yes.
I guess what I'm getting at, can you change that with an investment in the size?
Absolutely, because Paul Upchurch and his crew down at Visit Milwaukee does a tremendous job in selling Milwaukee.
But selling the cost of an expansion to taxpayers, that will be another battle. And sources put the cost of the convention center expansion in the neighborhood of $200 million. What officials are not saying right now is how they plan to pay for it. Susan, you know, the Wisconsin Center District is publicly funded, so it relies on special taxes placed on hotel rooms, restaurants, receipts, and car rentals. To raise any of those taxes would require state approval, and nobody thinks that's likely given the current climate.
Well, and we've both been here a long time, 20-some years for me, and you've been here your whole life. This discussion,
all of the life.
This discussion does seem to have taken a long time, and still really no resolution. There's no date where they say, okay, this is when it's going to happen. It's the cost, because there's just no viable way right now, given the climate, to pay for it. Nobody, even right now, as this gets more serious, wants to have that discussion. Fascinating report, Vince. Thanks. It's 6:20.